What we saw with our ride-along with the Sheriff's Department reveals how law enforcement seizes drugs on a day-to-day basis. Our next discussion focuses on some of the lasting challenges involved with staying ahead of the issues that stem from drug abuse. We brought together Captain Jeffrey Palmer, commander of the Sheriff's Department's Criminal Investigations Division, and Stacy Cope, program director of Sonoran Prevention Works, which helps people with substance abuse. I want to begin with you, Captain Palmer. We saw a piece with Sergeant Helliker out in the streets. I mean, this is an issue that has just continued to, as you said, evolve over the years.
Well, it really has. Not a day goes by where there isn't product being moved on our thoroughfares and our streets in Pima County. We have taken a collaborative approach to try to interdict and disrupt the flow of drugs in our community. But you saw firsthand how that shakes out, and it is something that occurs every day.
And you work with a number of agencies in law enforcement to get cases like these underway, investigated, and hopefully prosecuted.
We do. We partner with both our state, local, and federal partners, and we take that shared collaborative approach because those resources in information sharing, it comes into play when we share assets, share resources, share information.
Yeah, you can't do it alone. Stacy, you work with people who have substance abuse addiction, and it's hard for them to get off. What are some of the challenges that you're seeing in your line of work?
Ooh, lots. I think the go-to answer is that we need more treatment, but I would argue that, and the data shows us that most people are not in a place where they are ready for treatment, have access to treatment, can afford to leave their homes and their jobs to go into treatment. So often treatment isn't the only answer, and abstinence is not the only goal. And so our job is to practice a harm reduction approach, which says that there are lots of ways to show up for people with substance use disorder and people who are using drugs outside of a traditional treatment model, making sure that people are safe, that they have the tools and resources that they need in order to stay alive. And if we could sort of shame or arrest or punish our way out of this problem, we would have done so by now. So we know that that's not the issue. It's really making sure that there's like a humanness and a compassion for why this person is in this situation, and the patience and understanding of why it's so challenging for somebody to transition out of that.
As you've said, there's also laws on the books, though, that you have to enforce. So it is a delicate balance between treating something that may be going on behind the scenes and then enforcing what exists to make our community safe.
Well, sure. As I stated, it's a community problem, and it takes a multi-pronged approach with all community stakeholders. We are a public safety agency. We have laws to enforce, but that doesn't mean we do so without compassion and a sensitivity to our citizens that we serve.
I noticed on the ride-along that there's a bit of a humanitarian approach to the work. And Stacy, you noted that Pima County Sheriff's Department now has Narcan available for deputies to use out in the field. Mm-hmm. Sergeant Helliker also made it a point to say that, we have to just talk with people, find out where they're going, what they're up to, so that we can really understand what's going on in a case. Have you seen a shift in law enforcement over the years to just approach it differently?
It has been an evolution, certainly. The drug trade has evolved. You mentioned it's a billion-dollar industry. It certainly is. It's not listed on Forbes 100, but it's a billion-dollar business. And it's probably a top 15 or top 20 industry in our country. An illegal one nonetheless, but certainly it's impactful. When I first came on 25 years ago, what we were seeing majority of was bulk marijuana. We've certainly seen a shift in that. We hardly ever sees marijuana in bulk these days. It's hydro coming out of California. With a higher THC content, and the harder drugs, the controlled substances and the imitation drugs, synthetics, fentanyl, those types of things. So certainly it has evolved.
Are we making gains in tackling this issue? Are we having the right conversations?
Well, I'm going to go back to that evolution process. I think we are making gains, but it's a cat and mouse game. We are in the interdiction business, and the drug cartels and the distributors are in the business of not being caught. So,
Stacy, are the right conversations being had? I mean, is there a different approach at this?
I mean, if we really wanted to look at the bigger picture, then if it's a cat and mouse game on supply, then we should be talking about demand. Why are people using drugs? Why are people selling drugs? And if we want to see real change in that, then we have to have other options for people to make money, have other options for people to deal with their trauma, have other options for people to feel connected to society. So these are not overnight, easy solutions or policies to put in place, but certainly drugs aren't going anywhere, that's clear. So if we wanted to make a larger impact, I would say that we would need to address the reasons why people find themselves in these situations.
Okay, there's supply and demand for sure. All right, my thanks to both of you.
Certainly.